What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at Keynote from Abstract Effects and Seth Race. Ready for this, Steve?
I'm ready for it, man. I'm just staring at that dope penetration through the bill. I love that little window in the pesos.
I gotta say, man, that to me is the coolest thing. When I first saw it, I immediately thought of Australian money because it also has like the plastic piece in it. But then you pointed out it was peso, so I was like, that makes a lot more sense. But
yeah.
So Keynote is from the creative mind of Seth Race. He is the creator of such effects as WMD, Bankrupt, and Connect. Comes out with a new going through bill effect here called Keynote. And obviously, as you can see in this picture down below here, Keynote allows you to take a borrowed key, pretty much any borrowed key out there, and visually melt it and pierce through a borrowed signed dollar bill, and then fully pull it out, no hole, no nothing. Absolutely awesome effect. I have to say, you know, I really enjoy the stuff that's coming out of Abstract Effects right now. I think the other brothers and Abstract Effects, everything that they get their hands on right now is just hot. Not only do they have a great tutorial behind this, it's entertaining, it's informative, but they have a really good eye for these gimmicks.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, their tutorial, 35 minutes, which is perfect.
Yep.
You know, they always go through a large amount of scenarios where you can use their gimmick from kind of beginner phase to expert handling, you know, as they say. But I think, you know, they totally are super energetic, and it's really, really easy to get through the video. The one thing that, you know, we've run into before with Abstract's tutorials is I really wish they put kind of the routine first.
Yeah.
You know, where someone, I mean, obviously people who are going to pick it up or are interested in it already know what the kind of the gimmick does. But I think if they put the routine first, it kind of gives you an idea of what it is, then go into how it works.
Yeah, and I get what they're trying to do. I think to some extent, too, they're really trying to make their tutorials as clean as possible. But a lot of tutorials, what we see to combat the fact that the routine is invisible is they literally start the tutorial with the trailer and then like roll right into the tutorial after that. I think that's one way they could go. They could also just show it really quick. But I think what that does is it allows you to know what you're walking into before they start giving you the explanation. With that in mind, though, the explanation, like you said, really to the point, really well broken down for a beginner level. They have some great camera angles during the tutorial as well, where they're showing you every angle of the gimmick so you can understand the movements and everything that goes on to make this work. The gimmick itself is really well made, something that's going to last you a significant amount of time. I don't really see this wearing down or breaking anytime soon. But the cool thing about it is, in true Abstract Effects fashion, they show you how to make this gimmick or even expand the use case for it based on the scenario, which I think is great. And I always love to see a gimmick where they don't expect you to just keep buying it over and over again. They actually show you how to make your own. Yeah,
and they not only do they show you how to make your own or kind of explain it, but they give you kind of alternatives on how to make it, which obviously I don't want to give away, but it's pretty clever, and I really enjoy how they do that. It's not like they want people to, I mean, I'm sure they don't mind if people buy another one, but they're not opposed to, you know, having people create it differently, you know, but still workable.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, like you mentioned, there are different ways to kind of to build it out is something that they talk about in it. And I think one of the cool things that I really liked is they also touch on how to do it on the fly to some extent, which with something like this, you never know what you're going to encounter, especially if you're using borrowed objects. So being able to kind of shift things on the fly based on the scenario is really important. And I think it's great that they go into so much detail. With that in mind, being a 35-minute tutorial, they really bring a lot of energy to it. There were a couple parts where one of the Daryls kind of looks off into space as the other Daryl is talking, and it made me kind of chuckle to myself. But then they come right back into it, and the flow is just so good.
And Daryl's mustache, the other Daryl's mustache, not the one you were thinking of. The other Daryl's mustache is just fire. It's like so good.
It really is.
I don't even care if the tutorial is terrible. Like, I could just stare at the mustache all day and enjoy myself.
That's why Steve has to watch the tutorials twice.
Yeah. The first time is just watching the mustache, and the second time is actually paying attention.
Oh my God, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But so the cool thing about this too is it's really able to be performed anywhere. I think the impact of it is really great in a street magic or a close-up magic or a zoom magic scenario. But really the limitation on this is your imagination. With that in mind, though, there is some angle sensitivity to this, especially in the in-person scenarios, which makes it great, though, for zoom magic where you don't have to worry about angle sensitivity.
Yeah, and the best thing, that I thought about the gimmick is the fact that it's so, in the tutorial, the way they do it is so smooth. It's very, very easy to end up clean. You're handing the bill back and you're handing the key back, and it's over.
Yeah.
And it was really smooth and slick, and I definitely think a beginner can do it. It's just I think the confidence factor of it.
Yeah.
Learning the handling looked very, very simple, and them giving multiple ways to handle and perform it, not only with the sliding method, but just puncturing it straight through. And you can also do it with a card or whatever you want to use.
Absolutely, man. I thought this was really well designed. And like you said, really perfect for a beginner, intermediate, or professional magician. And the cool thing about it, the portability of this is phenomenal. This is something you could literally keep in your pocket at any given point in time, ready to go, even if you're not going out to perform. So to me, that brought a lot of value to it.
Just don't leave the dollar bill in your pocket when you wash your jeans.
There you go. There you go. But
how much does this come in at?
This comes in at $40. And again, based on the tutorial, the fact that they teach you how to make the gimmick yourself after the fact, and the quality of the gimmick, I think that's an absolute steal. I really do think Abstract prices things out well, especially for the value that you're getting with it.
Yeah, and I love their packaging. Their packaging is very simple, but it's also classy at the same time. It's kind of like, I don't know, I guess the apple of magic.
It is clean. Oh, yeah. Man. I gotta say, this is definitely a fun gimmick. I'm impressed with what's come through from Abstract Effects. And to spice things up a little bit, I'm gonna throw this out there right now. Steve doesn't even know this is coming. If you can tell me how many times the key has penetrated this peso in this video, drop it in the comments. You're gonna win yourself a free magic gimmick.
Oh, I get to give another trick away.
First person to get it right, we will reach out to you on YouTube or Instagram, and you will win whatever Steve feels like pulling out of his
I'm gonna give you two things.
Out of whatever Steve feels like pulling out of his magic bag of tricks.
Peace.